These are the times King Von humiliated rappers and ops. Starting with the times he disrespected STL member Wooski because in Back Again, he said, I bet Wooski feel this one. I bet Wooski still twitching. He changed, something different. And he was throwing shade at Wooski over a dark incident that had happened to him because Wooski and several others were at Bethlehem Star Missionary Baptist Church attending the funeral of fellow rapper Dusky the Man. A group of unknown men came in and started opening fire. Wooski was shot along with 5 other people. Wooski was struck in the head, but survived somehow. And many people say he hasn't been the same since then. And that incident made him a bit slower than before. Von also dissed Wooski in exposing me, saying, Goofy got shot right up in his top. His brother told on me. In this song, he's referring to Wooski's brother, Big Mike, who was caught cooperating with law enforcement against Von because Von and Big Mike used to be cool. And back in 2014, they were at a house party together where they ran into a rival gang member known as Malcolm Stuckey. And Malcolm and his friend were mean mugging Von in a disrespectful way. So Von and Big Mike left the party to go and get a gun. And once they returned to the party, they started shooting at Malcolm and the other man standing outside, killing Stuckey and wounding the other man. And after the situation, Big Mike agreed to testify against Von. So he gave a statement to the police explaining the situation. But in court, Big Mike changed his mind and decided not to testify. And other witnesses didn't appear, which made them drop Von's charges and sentence Big Mike to 28 years. But Mike isn't the only person Von humiliated in that song. He also said, I swear I killed her, broke her back. And with this bar, King Von refers to K.I., a feared Chirac assassin and member of STL. And K.I. wasn't always known for being a killer because she was once an honor student hoping to become a social worker, but was exposed to the streets of Chicago due to the people she was around. And at just the age of 14, K.I. had already caught her first body, and she was highly respected among her gang members and almost feared by all the ops. Except for King Von, and on April 11th, 2014, K.I. was going to one of her friends' houses for a birthday party around 3:30 p.m. when Von and Big A, another O Block member, caught her lacking and started firing. She died on the scene at just 17 years old. And back in 2021, the Chicago Police Department named Von as the offender who shot at K.I. And Von has referred to her many times in his songs because in War With Us, he says, put a pretty op in a morgue. Call that drop dead gorgeous. And Von used to troll K.I. and call her pretty since he wanted to get close to her so he could set her up. And she most likely knew this since she was never down to meet with King Von. And one of K.I.'s friends interviewed for a documentary about her said that K.I. felt that Von was doing that to try and set her up.
He really liked the Chicago. And he was like, well, she too pretty for that, and tell her to stop gang banging, you know.
He liked her as a girlfriend?
Yeah, he wanted to be her boyfriend. And she just felt like he was trying to set her up and kill her. That's what she told me. She's like, I think he just trying to kill me. He don't like me. What's the like?
And K.I. started her assassin career after wanting to get revenge for the death of her close friend, Tuka. This led her to shoot O.D. Perry, a member of O Block. And him getting shot is the reason they started calling it O Block. So it makes sense why she thought Von wanted to set her up. And in the same interview, Von spoke about his situation with K.I.
Trying to us. I was like, damn, you doing shit.
The exact text was something along the lines of, when it's all over with, I'm gonna get up in you or something. Does that sound about right?
That sound raw, so yeah, I'll be saying raw. Yeah, I probably did say that. I talked on the phone too.
Then speaking of Tuka, Von has humiliated him with lyrics in multiple songs. Because in a song with Slim Santana, he says, caught that boy right by the bus. This his last stop. Because on January 12, 2012, Tuka and 2 others were waiting for a bus on 63rd when a man approached him asking if another bus was coming. And soon as Tuka responded, the man pulled a handgun out, firing at Tuka. Tuka stumbled near a trash can where the gunman shot him 3 more times. And at only 15 years old, Tuka was pronounced dead, which is why King Von said it was his last bus stop. But Von could also be referring to Lil Mark, who was Tuka's brother, because Because 2 years after what happened to Tuka, something similar happened to Lil Mark. Because on March 28th, 2014, Lil Mark was shot at a bus stop on the south side of Chicago. And one witness said that a man pulled up and opened fire. And after shooting Lil Mark, he fled away in a minivan. Police later found the van burning in flames. But Von also threw shots at Tuka in another song saying, "Tuka in my lung, I say that every time," cause he got smoked. And this is one of the lines that made people wonder why Von hated Tuka so much. And after dissing him so much, Tuka became a meme on the internet and got to the point where Tuka's mother spoke on the situation, saying she wanted people to stop disrespecting her son.
My son been dead 10 years, and it's like I still can't get no type of lenient from nowhere, because every time you turn around, if it's like the upcoming ones, it's the industry people that's already in the industry, and they don't even know my son.
Impressing with Sada, Baby Von said they caught that brick and hit him in his. Brick is an FBG member who was gunned down back in 2017, along with Kobe Mack on 63rd in St. Lawrence. The police found one of them with a wound to the head lying in front of a house, and the second victim with wounds to the back and arm behind a house. They were both pronounced dead. FBG Brick was a brother to FBG Duck. Another rapper, King Von, has humiliated multiple times because in a song named GTA, Von said he made a diss and now he a ghost, and it happened fast. And FBG Duck was a well-known Chicago drill rapper and one of Von's most known ops, because he and Von used to always send shots at each other. But not long after Duck dropped his song Dead, dissing all of O-Block's Fallen Ones, it made them want to get rid of him ASAP, since it was one of the most disrespectful songs ever. And a month later, while FBG Duck was shopping, two vehicles pulled up near him and started opening fire. Duck had taken multiple shots and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. But Von hasn't only had beef with Chicago rappers, because he had problems with 6ix9ine. And subscribe real quick before we get deep into that. But back in 2020, 6ix9ine went to O-Block and visited the spot where Lil Durk's cousin Newski allegedly passed away. And once Von saw what 6ix9ine did, he went onto Instagram saying how what 6ix9ine did wasn't cool and how he don't mess with rats.
6ix9ine, that ain't cool. I don't know, they got this man running around and it's funny and shit. It's funny. Yeah, that shit funny as shit. That shit ain't funny, guys.
He also disses 6ix9ine in the song saying, "Really? 6ix9ine. Really snitches," because 6ix9ine broke a rule rappers and gang members live by and snitched on everyone when he got arrested back in 2019. And Von also disrespected Nicki Minaj for working with 6ix9ine, since he went on Twitter saying how a lot of people would do anything to get some money and go against every moral and code and trade on every friend just for a taste of the fast life. And once Nicki saw what Von said, she defended 6ix9ine, saying how she isn't on the block with 6ix9ine and that she's in the music business, so she's going to work with whoever. And followed up by saying how rappers are always in rooms with people with sketchy pasts, and she's not judging anybody. Von had also disrespected Youngboy, because back in 2020, Von and Youngboy began beefing after a clip surfaced on the internet when Von was listening to Youngboy on Instagram saying how Youngboy caps in his raps.
Youngboy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
He talking crazy on this.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On this now.
Then, in another live, diss Youngboy in a playful manner.
Why be a straight not catching is that?
And Youngboy never publicly responded to Von, but many believe he was aware of the diss. And things between the two rappers were quiet for nearly 2 years, since both rappers were being monitored by police due to their lengthy criminal records. But in November of 2020, outside of a lounge in Atlanta, an altercation broke out between NBA affiliate Quando Rondo and King Von, leading to shots being fired and King Von's life being taken. And a few years after the situation, NBA Youngboy started dissing King Von and others affiliated with them. So to hear more about that, click this to see Times NBA Youngboy humiliated rappers.